Yeah, sure. Did anyone read about that? Hello. Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
Mr.
yes. Hi, hi.
Yeah.
So, okay, let me share my screen then. Okay, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, you are visible.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's visible.
okay, sure. So let's take this and so
For
usually like, sorry, yes,
1 second, Mr.
yes,
If
yes,
anyone facing any issue, let us know.
yes, sure, sure. So before starting like subdomain enumeration, I think it's a vast topic to cover because it has it has its own mechanism like DNS. And when you are hunting on wildcard targets, let's take this background.com indeed, because I recently did subdomain enumeration on that. Background indeed. So when you're working like these wildcard domains, so like this starindeed.com and this one starindeed.tech. So what we do like usually we will be running all of the tools that is available in the GitHub and something like let's take this project discovery tools. Find there are a lot of tools there, but primarily focusing on the good tools which gives you the good results. So this is something from the project discovery, and it has many passive sources. You can also add your premium keys as well, like this binary head census and source portal. So along with this you can make your own custom script to crawl from passive sources to look for the domains, like someone mentioned one list, I think one list for all. I forgot that. Someone mentioned it. Let me check. Tool chart. Where did it went? Subdomain enumeration, I think. I forgot. Not the general. Yeah, this one, sorry. So this is a tool. You can check it out, like how many passive sources it has. Like it has a lot of passive sources. If you check census API, search spotter, cert DNSX, and Beagle API, binary heads, these are all the passive sources. You can get domain names from these passive sources. Like it's collecting all over the data. Like we are not even interacting with the active enumeration techniques. We are using only passive enumeration. There are two techniques you can use, like active enumeration, passive enumeration. So these are all the tools we can use, and passive enumeration also everyone is doing the same and everyone is getting the same results, and we are running tools on them. So it's just like the same as every hunter. So what will be the unique approach if you want to do for the subdomain enumeration, like doing analyzing their domain names based on the keywords, and also doing permutation combination subdomain enumeration. This thing we can do. So uh, as someone mentioned this regulator tool today. So I just saw this regulator tool, which is this one. So which is pretty handy if you read this blog. So in this blog, he mentioned something like starting like using all of the tools, but this is something a different technique. You can take it in your workflow and doing subdomain enumeration in a different way. So at the end, he got better results compared to alt DNS. You can see like regulator captured 1242 new host names, new subdomains, and alt DNS captured 362. That means it has a very success rate if you take a look at it, this subdomains. So what this tool is actually doing. So from the starting, if you observe this one. So like let's take if you have subdomains like okay, indeed. Let's take you have 82, 224. Okay. Let's take you have indeed.tech subdomains. And this is the main domain, right? Indeed.tech, where you will be hunting for subdomains, doing subdomain enumeration. So these are all the keywords you can see here, K8S, and this one is and A11Y. So this is going to the depth like 1, 2, 3, third depth, and this is the main TLDR, top level domain. So when doing subdomain enumeration and you gathered all of the subdomains from passive resources, like it's collected something. Let's take an example. You collected all of the subdomains from various passive sources, and it's something like 1200 domains, all of the domains you collected from the passive sources. When you run tool, when you run a tool like which is you can take this, where it is. Yeah, you can run alter DNS, and also you can run DNS gen to see like it can generate permutations and combinations based on the domains. Like let's check final domain, and if I run DNS gen on it, let's see how many results it will generate. It will take a lot of time. Now, as you can see, it's trying, on the each name to find out if it is domain is there or not. So it's just giving out the domain names. It's not even scanning and doing any, interaction with the host. So once you, get all of these subdomains from this tool, what we can do, we can resolve them using, pure DNS and other tools to see if the domain is alive or not. Sorry. Forgot. Okay. Meeting is still on, right? I'm audible.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Okay, sure. So this is the result we got from the tool. So if you check it, like it's
Sorry,
taking on
Mr.
each
Host,
keyword
it's
and
just not
generating.
visible.
Mr.
Sorry,
You are
sorry,
audible
sorry.
but not visible.
Yeah, sure. Let me share my screen again. Sorry, I forgot. Okay. So this is the result we got. So I just stopped the script. So it was generating a lot of result. So if you can observe this keywords, it's appending the keywords to the domain names, and giving out based on the permutation it's generating. I don't know how this tool is actually generating DNS, but I observed this tool output, this regulator. So what it is doing actually, so once you find all of those subdomains from the passive resources, if you feed those domains to this tool, it will going to generate a list of regexes that will be you can use in the permutations. So if you take a look at the regexes, cd. Yeah. So I run that, I run I ran the tool on those subdomains, and it gave me like these regexes. If you observe this, if you have your predefined list when you're running on a target, like let's take an indeed.com. So if you are you have already your regex developed, like you will be mostly focusing on dev and internal admin manages it. So if you add your keywords here, like something, if you take, these are all these regexes. So once you provide with this tool, it will going to analyze those subdomains and grab those similar keywords and add it to the regex. So these are all the regexes. Let me go to the app first. Control form. Okay, if you observe it like Airflow, AWS data, K8s, Indeed.tech. So based on this, if you see API, US, East, 2, and Unity,
I
Mongo,
tell one with you. What's something? Give me that my
Gateway.
clothes.
Sorry. Hello. Did anyone said something?
No, you can.
Okay. So, yeah. Once you run this tool, like on the subdomains that you already grab it from passive sources, once you run this tool, it will going to generate you the lot of regexes. Based on this regexes, you can do your permutation. You can generate a brute force a domain list like this. Like if you run make brute file.sh, the created roles on which you want to run adobe.root. So you want to run adobe.root, it will the output file, and adobe.rules, it will be the rules. You see the indeed.txt. Based on these rules, it will do, it will going to generate a lot of permutation based domains where you can find like it's generated 12,048.21. So sorry, 1,24,821, right? So it's generated 1,24,821. When you feed this, all of these generated domain names to PUDNS or any other resolving tool, so it will going to resolve all of those domains, and you can get the fresh resolvers. This one, GitHub. I forgot. Take STM. This is the resolvers are used to resolve all of those domains. So once you get all of these 15,000 resolvers, you can feed it to the tool. It will going to be helpful when you are checking this host is live or not. So you can resolve this all of these subdomains using those resolvers. So if you compare the output, like when you are working with a tool or like doing subdomain enumeration, if you're using a tool, you just you have to understand the mechanism of the tool. Like if you take subfinder, what it is doing, just take a look at it in a good way, like how it can be useful if I implement it in workflow. Subfinder. So mostly everyone is using this tool, but some people are using it in a different way to get good results, and they are implementing the keys, and see they are configuring the keys for all of these services, so they are getting the good subdomains other compared to other hunters. You got it right? Hello. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you are
audible.
audible.
Yeah, okay. Okay, this is the one of the tool I use. I recently started working on it, so I generated a lot of good results with it. So recently, today I tested and I got a pretty good amount of subdomains from Indeed. Therefore, like if you're using any tool or any script or something from getting from the GitHub or any open source tool, you just need to analyze that tool and understand how it is doing. Like if they're doing like getting subdomains from the passive resources, you can, directly take that URL and add it into your script. It won't be a, good one. You can directly import it in group in your script, and you don't have to use a lot of tools for your subdomain enumeration. So, okay, as of now, do you have any doubts on this, like subdomain enumeration? Did you have anything to suggest, something like how did you, do if you encounter this issue or something?
Mr. Root, I have a doubt. So, you have generated all these subdomains, right? So how you got all these subdomains generated, like using your word list, or it's type a random combination?
No. Like as I previously mentioned, so when you collect all of the subdomains from the passive sources, so like let's take, if you run a tool subdomain finder, I don't know, I forgot this sub finder -d indeed.com. What is the output one? Okay, -4. Sub finder indeed.com -4. See, once you run this tool, you will be collecting all of the domains from the passive sources. Let it run first. Give it some time.
So the subdomains are generated using
You
this
can
tool.
see it. Yeah, you can use any tool. It's your choice.
Yeah,
So if you are
understood.
getting good results with the tool, you can implement it in your workflow. So as of now, I'm using a sub finder with along with the keys from the passive sources. So I'm getting more subdomains. If I don't use configuration, so I won't be getting these much results. 2434. I'm getting something like 1200 subdomains without using the keys. So I implemented the keys. I'm getting 2434. After getting all of these subs, what I will do? Let me copy this. Copy. Before that, and subs.txt. Copy. So we'll go here and let me create a file again. Paste the domains. So after getting all of those subdomains, what I will do, I will be running this tool regulator Python 3. Help. Let's take where it went. The command, okay. Python 3 main.py and indeed.com. The output should be indeed.com. Indeed.com, and I don't have any roles. Indeed.com. Sorry, required output, right? Okay. Headout.com. Okay. First one is
Okay, we got this part, and if we do this kind of subdomain enumeration, will it create any alert for this corporate company or the website owner or the?
No, it won't be like you are getting these subdomains from the passive sources and trying to resolve them. You're not even interacting with the the host. You're just resolving it, seeing it's the domains are alive or not. So once you get all of those host lists after resolving, then you will get to know like these subdomains are accessible throughout the internet. So you can then you can do your active enumeration on that, like doing directory searching, finding vulnerabilities, misconfigurations, CVEs, and if there is application or something, you will be digging further.
Yeah. So there I have a point to add, Mr. Shall I add?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So actually, what happened when we generate this wait list and when we do the brute force, what happened? Our request will go to the DNS server of the company. For
DNS
example,
server, yes.
so it will go to if Indeed has separate DNS server, it will go to their server and the server
And it will
respond
ask,
to
yeah.
our query. Yeah. So there,
Yes.
suppose they Indeed implemented, for example, rate limiting.
Rate
Something like
limiting
that.
on DNS
Then what
queries.
will happen?
Okay.
Yeah. So what will happens when we send the request? If you send 1,000 requests in within a second or 2 seconds, something like that, in a short period of time, if you send multiple queries, then they may block your request. That may happen. So
yeah.
there's
So
a chance
that's why
that,
we are using
yeah.
the resolvers, right?
Yeah, so that's why we are using the resolver. But still, if you don't use the, for example, if you are using only 10 resolver, and if you are querying for 10 like request, that case will be sending the lot of traffics, right? Yeah. So if you are using,
Yes.
if you are using the good amount of resolvers, then it will be good. Yeah. So it will be
Yeah. Like if you take this approach, as you said, like when you're querying to the DNS server, they maybe block your IP.
Yeah,
So
but still,
you're not using.
yeah,
Yes.
but still, yeah, they will identify that they are doing some enumeration. They can identify the enumeration thing, and they can do the maybe they can block requests from other resolver, something like that. They can do the precaution thing.
Yeah. It probably they are using like you will be using VPS server, right? Not your own home IP
Yeah.
for the scanning, because once you get hitting the rate limit, you can turn off the server, your VPS, and restart again. It will generate a new IP, so it won't be a problem. And mostly if you're querying from the public cloud providers, this is not going to be an issue, because they will think like this is something crawling from trusted organization, something like AWS, Google, or something like that. So they're not going to deny your request. Mostly I see like most companies are using like cloud services. They're not using their own DNS server. So either it could be like a third-party DNS server maintenance.
Yeah, so only few, only large companies are using their own DNS. All other
Yes.
small companies and media companies that are using the cloud service. So yeah, that's
Yes.
true.
That's right. So it's based, it's based on the scenario, what we are actually doing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you will be getting blocked by the company DNS server, so you're not able to query anything, and you will getting something rate limited or something, or errors. So this is something a good approach. You can get a good amount of subdomains compared to other tools.
Yes, of course. So it's not a big issue. Rate limiting or some precautions is not a big issue on this, because when we
Not
are
issue. Like,
doing this approach, when we are doing this approach, we are getting a lot more subdomains compared to other approach. So it's a good
yes,
thing
even
to try.
even today I got 1 lakh subdomain, so it's not an issue. Like when you are dealing with 20 to 30,000 subdomains, it will be generating like 1 lakh, 2 lakh subdomains. It won't be issue. Like if you are doing a mass scanning over the DNS server, so that will be the issue. There may be their DNS cache will going to be something replay you back with something false positive results. You will be getting all of those domains are accessible sometimes.
Yeah, that's I
Those
think
kind of
wildcard configuration. Yeah. So, for example, if you do a DNS brute forcing on GitHub.com, you will get a lot of false positives because they have enabled wildcard brute force. You cannot do normal brute forcing there.
Yes, I got it. So this is the tool you can use regulator in your workflow. So just try to understand what it is doing. Like it's adding some number sequences and the keywords. Like if it is test, it's adding test1, test2, and test dot internal, test dot admin, something like that, based on the regexes provided generated by this tool. So it will going to find out those subdomains. So it's just a approach, not a like I can say it's something like if you implement it, you will get subdomains, but this is an one approach. And since it's proved like you are getting good results, compared to these other tools, you can try any other tool and compare the results between them And if you are getting good results and good subdomains, you can implement it in your workflow. So after getting all of the subdomains, most of the people, the people who asked me the question, like after getting all of the subdomains, what we will do the next? Then what is the next process to do that? So in my general, when I'm hunting for the, large wildcard based hunting, let's take an Indeed.com. So if you you have collected all of the subdomains and run regulator tool, you have generated a lots of subdomain, like you have something 20,000 subdomains. So what's the next approach after resolving all of the subdomains? So the next approach would be like I will be doing dividing them by the tech stack, something like if most of the servers having Nginx, I will be dividing them with Nginx or Apache or any other tech stack. You can do this using HTTPX. You can get the tech stack of the domain name. So once you're getting, you can divide them based on the tech stack. Like if it is Nginx, you can create a Nginx based word list, and you can do a data search on it. Like people who are doing research, they are just firing a large collection of word list. If you take, what is the common word list we will use for the data searching?
For which,
repository
Checklist.
checklist. Yeah, okay, sorry, I forgot checklist. Okay, this is that you can see most people are using for the discovery and web content. You see they are just running directly all of this one big.txt. So sometimes this will be some generating a lot of traffic and traffic to the server. You will be going to be blocked by the server. So once you divide them by the based on the text stack, you can run this apache.txt. That will be helpful. Like if you're running Apache word list against a Apache target, so that would be helpful to find you low hanging bugs and something like that. So if you're running if you're doing deer search on Apache with Nginx models, it won't find any issue, something like a low hanging issues. It will be the waste of the time. So as you see, recently Jadix also mentioned one of his tweets, not this, Twitter, Jadix. Yeah, this one, this talk. So if you go here, where it is. Yeah, you can see upon inspecting the chartbot frame, I noticed it was hosted on a related server. So once he analyzed with the tech stack of that application, so he ran data search using his word list, like his precompiled word list or something, or he will be using tech stack based word list to find out. So after that, he got something like where storage, where user photo, NS, something like this. So it's a good way to run those word list based on the tech stack. So you will be getting the good amount of the discovery when you're doing this searching. So then after same dividing Apache Nginx, you can run for nuclei, you can run Apache misconfigurations, Nginx misconfigurations. Is there any tool Nginx means something like, you can run that as well on the Nginx host to find some really low hanging issues. Sometimes it might be lead you to the critical. Sometimes if there is path traverser vulnerability is there, you can retrieve the etc password result. So it will be something like the critical or high bug. Generate your own methodology when you're working with the application. So it's just a suggest. You can use any word list and anything, but when you're running their search, make sure you're running against their provided tech stack. So it will be helpful to find out low hanging issues, and you can discover more endpoints and more directories. So
Yeah.
how many of you are using all of the tools like provided by the project discovery? Just please, someone is asking something.
Yeah, so there is a question in the chat box.
Sorry, did not look at it. Wait. Let me take a look at it. There it is. Sorry, I don't see any chat box here. Come on, this is a problem with the Zoom meet. Can you speak it out for me? I don't see any. Okay, I can see now. Okay, is there any program script we can check the URL status for the code? Yeah, you can use the HTTPX as well, right? So if you go here, HTTPX, let me keep it at the side. So if you go Indeed, so let me give you an example, Indeed.txt, right? So I have all of these subdomains. If I run like HTTPX -L on Indeed.txt, I want the status code. When you are, whenever you are using a tool, just read out the docs. So it will be very helpful to, you can use it in a pretty custom way. You can see, you can get the status code as well. You can get the content length when you're, browsing a domain something. If content length is matched, like it has more than 50 words or something, you can say something like it's valid domain and it has something in that domain and there is application hosted. You can check content type as well. Based on the content type as well, you can do the favicon search, JRM fingerprint hash as well. You can do word count as well. You can get the server as well. What server is running? It's Nginx or Apache. So for the demonstration purpose, run Indeed.txt. I need status code and the server as well as wait. Web server extra. Sorry, not extra. Tech data academy. Forgot. So if you run this, you'll be getting something like, you can see AWS Elastic Balance 2.0, Amazon S3, Amazon CloudFront, web services. These are all the results you can see. Like it's giving you the server name and also what it is running. It's pretty useful when you read the docs of the tool. If you go here, like it's a Cloudflare, right? You can ignore it. Like if you have something bad experience with the web, you can say access denied. Because this site owner may have set restrictions that prevent you from accessing the site. So you can get all of this. So let's go to the next question. What this rule is, how we can make it. Yeah, Valor Split, can you explain it? Like I'm not good at with this regulator competitor. I just
Okay,
recently.
Yeah. So
Yeah, can you share your screen if possible?
Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Just a minute.
I wasn't prepared for this talk due to some personal reasons.
Okay, so I think you need to make me a host.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Admin, can you make him host or co-host something?
Yeah, made him co-host.
Yeah, okay. Now you can share, I think.
Okay, yeah, I can share. Hope everyone can see my screen. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, you are visible.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, Mukul is also joined. Mukul, speak it out. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Okay,
I think,
so
yeah. Yes.
You can go ahead.
Sorry, I got late. No issues. I mostly use for exposure seems to first and check recursively Yes, Mujik, you can use Ferex Buster. I think I've seen some cases where Ferex Buster is not giving you the efficient result because of its concurrency. When it is running on, against a target, based on the concurrent request it's making, we are, not getting the efficient result. Sometimes it's not giving you the good results. That's why, I will be using dir search. That's a old tool, but it is still efficient.
Hello, valuable right?
Yeah.
Instead of putty, you can use another terminal like joket. It will be much efficient.
Okay. So I think for this once release enough. So okay. So here we have this tool. So let's get the file. So so here we have a bunch of subdomains. So these subdomains are collected using various techniques. Okay. So so here so once we collected once we have the good amount of subdomains, so what we can do, we can pass that subdomains to this tool, so that this tool will generate the alteration implementation technique using various technique, and we can we can enumerate
Generate a lot of subdomains.
yeah. So yeah, so it's a Python tool. Okay, so we can just clone this repo. So we just need to copy this URL, and we can use the git clone. Yeah, so we can use the git clone to clone this repo. So once we clone that, we can go into the directory. So here we have the Python
Requirements. Yeah.
So we can use the pip3 to install this requirement. Yeah, so once we installed, we can use this tool. So just need to use Python 3, then we can call the main.py. Yeah. Okay, so here we need to pass the host. Sorry, need to pass the domain first. Then we need to pass the subdomains which we found previously, and we need to give
Yes.
the output file name. So, for example, here let's pass the Python 3 main.py. So here my target domain is, I think, allegiant.com. Let me pass that. And I need to pass the subdomain list. So previously we have found a lot of subdomains, right? So we need to pass that list. I think I have it in subdomains.txt. I think, yeah. So here we have subdomains file. Then we need to provide the output file. So here
output file.
what
Okay.
it will do, it will make the rules. So it will create the rules. Okay. So based
Rules.
on
Okay.
this,
Regex rules.
yeah, it will create the regex rules. Further, we need to create the give the output name. So we can provide something like roles.txt. Can provide the file.
Okay.
So it will create the role and it will store it in the roles.txt file.
Hello, can I ask a quick question? How come you got the rules of TST?
Sorry.
Okay, so it's
Yes.
just
How do you get the rules of
output
TST? Do you generate the rules yourself or how?
Yeah. Can you switch to the blog post, Valor Sprite? I think we have something over there. So you can explore it. Just okay. Open this blog post. This one for more information. Yeah, open it. Okay, if you scroll down, down.
This one, right?
Yeah, this is. So generating a brute force for this now, a little bit up.
Yeah.
Up, not this, where we are running main.py. Main.py.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, here, right? Okay. Python 3 main.py. So you have to give your domain name, then that file that you want to save the roles. That's it.
Yeah. So here, if you get this file, let's get it.
Roles.txt. So you'll be getting all of those
Okay.
regex.
So we have, yeah, we have this regexes created. So what this tool is doing, we are inputting domain name and the subdomain file which we collected previously. So we are inputting a bunch of subdomains and we are providing domain name. So based on that, it is creating rules. So it is creating the rules and it is store it in a rules.txt file. Now, so what we can do
based on it's based on provided subdomains, like it will going to generate a similar keywords, like where it has similar keywords like test internal admin, some like if a domain has like say test allegiant.com, like admin.allegiant.com, it will going to take all of those keywords test admin internal and it will add it to the regex. So observing all of those subdomains, it will create a regex that will be the rules.txt.
Yeah. So now once we created the rules, so what we can do, we can generate actual where list. So for that, we can use the another script called make brute underscore list. So we can use this bash script. So we can run this bash script. Then we need to provide the rules file. So this is the rules we just generated. We can do that. Then we need to provide the output file so that it will store the permutation, post name. Yeah. So we can give
just give it to
text is something like this.
txt.
So
let it run. So how many subdomains do you have? Okay, it's already generated. So if we use list here you can see we'll be having the subdomains with the alteration and permutation. So you will be having more chances finding good subdomains, like if it is admin panel is there, like test admin panel. So you will be doing your permutation based on the admin keyword, and if subdomain is there, like they have a bunch of subdomains based on the admin name, you can find that as well using this technique.
Yeah,
it's so not accurate, but somehow you can to some extent you can get.
Yes, that's right. So now we have the where list. So here we have, I think, around 43,000 where list.
43. Okay. Yeah. Can you like cat that file as well?
Sure.
The first one? No, not that one. The first one that you take the subdomains. How many subdomains you have before running this tool?
So if we get this.
txt
703. Yeah,
you can see it has 703. So based on those subdomains, so it's generated a permutation combination list, and we have 43,000 subdomains. So once you resolve this, and you will be getting something like a more 600-700 domains from that.
Yeah, that's right.
So it will be a good chance. You can work on those less finded subdomains. You can you have a good chance of finding the bugs over there.
Yeah. So
after after this, do we need to use pure DNS?
Yeah. So now we have
you can use your own choice of tool, like you can use pure DNS or any other DNS tool that will resolve all of these DNS names. You can use any choice of your tool.
That's right.
Okay, is shuffle DNS is the same for permutation combination or different task? In shuffle DNS,
it is same, but it will going to be give you based on the provided regex word list, not the regex word list, the keywords. So once you have the keywords, so it will going to generate based on those keywords. But now here is what we are doing. We are not giving anything, but from the subdomains that we collected from the passive sources, we are giving it to this tool. So the tool is analyzing itself and observing those keywords and making a regex for them. So once you have all of this regex rules.txt, you can run on that with make brute list.sh. So you will be getting more subdomains. It will be like you can compare the results. Shuffle DNS with regulator, you can compare. I think regulator will be giving you the most subdomains.
So shuffle DNS having some same task as regulator, besides some more advanced things in regulator. As compared to shuffle DNS.
Yes. Shuffle DNS it's doing only on the based on the provided keywords, but this regulator is doing based on the regexes that is observed from the provided domain list.
Okay. And what about a go-tatter like things like go-tatter?
Yeah, it's the same as like shuffle DNS. It will be doing the same, like based on the keywords you provided, it will go to same generate the output. You can compare the output, like before taking any tool into your workflow, just compare it to the tool with which has the best results.
So
So if you are
subdomain
getting
enumeration, sorry, so subdomain
Yes,
enumeration
yes.
is the all part of like first of all doing the passive enumeration using cert.css, cert spotter from using
Yes, yes.
like subfinder. Then there is a thing
Yes, yes.
like active enumeration using the brute forcing it and mass active. And then there is a third part is like a regulator, right? So regulator is the third part. And every time when do these three things, we have to use pure DNS to know the resolving things. So pure DNS is compulsory after this all the three steps, right?
Yes, yes, because you have to resolve all of those subdomains. Once you are, getting all of those subdomains, you need to resolve which host is live or which is dead.
Okay, so these are the main or the 4 steps for the subdomain enumeration things.
Yes, yes. Maybe there are other steps also involved, but I don't know about that. This is the
Okay.
approach I will do.
Okay.
Yeah, Valor's, please continue.
Yeah. So then once we generated the wait list, we have around 43,000 lines. So we can pass this wait list to PDNS and we can resolve the live subdomains. So we can just use the PDNS resolve module and we can pass the wait list here. So, and we can store the output in the file called subdomains PDNS. Then when to use the resolver, we can use that. That's all. So we can
Resolver trusted. Okay.
Yeah, so we can
This
provide the
is
resolver and it will do the resolving now.
detecting wildcard.
There's 2 things,
So using
resolvers and
VPS, right?
resolver trusted.
Okay.
Okay,
What
so
Yeah,
does
yes,
it-
yes.
What does resolver trusted?
okay, so here we have 2 files. So the resolver .txt will have the around I think if you have if this file is has 1,000 resolver, then this trusted file will have only 3220. So these trusted resolvers are mostly trusted. We can say completely trustable. And the resolver.txt file, we can say it's a trustable. We can say
Yeah, it's
not
a general
authoritative.
resolvers. It's going to be generated based on recent activity, and resolver trusted is means they are trusted resolvers. You can use it in your workflow. So it's something like trusted. It won't going to be changed.
Yeah, so
Main resolver trusted is a fixed version of the resolver, and resolvers.txt is like as changes continuously with the things.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we have lot of public DNS resolver. For example, I think if you go to public info something, I think
Yeah, you can use a Trickest resolver as well. So they are
Yeah, I use
continuously
Trickest one.
updating them. Trickest, GitHub resolvers. Yeah. No, Trickest, I think.
Trickest, SEST.
Yeah, that one. So they are updating on every day. If you take resolver.txt,
yes.
yesterday, resolver extended.txt.
Yeah, so this trusted is having most trusted
35.
resolver. For example, we have Google DNS resolver and we have 1.1.1. So
Cloudflare,
yeah, so this file will be updated daily, I think. Yeah, so this one will be updated.
They will be updating it daily.
I think we have around 15,000 resolver here. So that's why we are using this.
Yes, yes.
So what it will do, first it will do the resolution using this for the resolver. Then for confirmation, it will use the resolver, trusted resolver, so that we will be getting
Trusted resolvers.
Yeah, so that we we don't get the duplicate false positive, or we can say
False
false
positive.
positive. So it's for removing false positive, we are using the 2 DNS.
So how many domains we discovered? Like it's previously
So-
703.
So now using this
now.
technique, we got to 238 valid domains.
Okay.
So, maybe what we can do, we can get this file. We can get it through. I think we can use maybe. and we can cater
Yeah,
to subdomains file txt. So this is the file, I think.
Not this one, I think. I don't know. Just check.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
Okay, okay, sure.
So, you say and we can cater to this subdomain as txt first. So this is the one. I think it might have used this technique previously. That's why we are not getting any difference here.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so
We are not
I
getting
have
any
used
difference.
this technique, and yeah, I have I can concatenate that file. So that's why we are not getting any difference. But if you're doing the for
Yeah,
the
you
first
can
time,
try with your targets as well.
your target, yeah, if you're trying for the first time, then you'll be seeing a lot of new subdomains using this technique. Yeah.
So if you don't have any VPS, you can use the Google Cloud Shell. You can install the tools over there and you can make use of that. Google Cloud Shell. Like people who don't have VPS, it won't be possible like doing it on your home network.
Yeah,
You need a
so
VPS for this.
yeah, since pure DNS is sending a lot of requests in a short period of time, so we cannot use our home system. Maybe
Bandwidth, yeah, it's not enough.
That's why it's recommended to use this tool on VPS. So we'll be getting good result if you run it in the VPS.
Yes, yes. Any questions so far? Mukul, you're not even speaking. Like I've seen, so much interaction on your WhatsApp group, but you're not speaking here. Anyone? Yes, finally. Do you have any doubts? Yes, yes, you're audible, but yeah, audible.
Yeah, sorry,
Your voice is somewhat dropping.
um,
No, it's not. Still dropping. Okay, no issues. Like if anyone having any doubts, just you can enter it in the chat as well, or else you can speak it out.
So, and one more thing, am I audible, right?
Yes, yes, you're audible.
So, and one more thing is asset node wait list. So here we have a bunch of wait list. So you guys can use the search, and you can try this wait list also. We have a good amount of wait list here. For example, if you need a subdomain wait list here in this first section, we can in the search box we can search for the subdomain wait list here. So here you can see they are generating this wait list. I think every month. I think every month, every end of the month, they are generating this wait list. Okay, so
Yeah,
you can use this.
Since October they did not update.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so they have generated on December, I think. Yeah. So they last generated December. So we can use this latest subdomain wait list, and you can
Implement it in your
workflow.
Yes.
This is the one wait list, and if you come down here, we have the manually generated wait list. So here we have the small wait list also. For example, 2 million
subdomains.
Yeah. So and also we have the huge list wait list. So here I think it's a 140 MB. So it's a compressed file, and we have the lot of wait list here. So if you want huge wait list, so this is the one. So okay, so you guys can go download this wait list, and you guys run it in the maybe you can run the pureness. Okay, so you'll get a good result with this best DNS word list. Yeah.
As you can see, there are a lot of word list based on
Yeah.
the file types and the text stack. If it is IIS server, you can use ASPX, ASP based word list, and if it is HTTP like Apache engines, you can use dot files or normal data search word list. So those kind of approach, you need to implement. Like when you're working with a lot of subdomains, you don't need to randomly pass any word list and expect it to work.
Yeah, that's right. So because if you are blindly doing the file brute force, for example, if the server is running on PHP application, and if you run the word list for ASP or some other word list if you are using, then there is a that doesn't make sense, right? So if the application is using PHP application, the application is PHP, written in PHP, then you guys can use the PHP word list, and you guys look for the sensitive files, or else you guys can find some other files, right? So you guys can find a hidden functionality also, right? So that's why we have a lot of word list here. So it's a good idea to spend some time with this word list and exploring this word list, and you guys can use it in our workflow and methodology. Yeah.
Yes. Any doubts? I think today we discussed about subdomain enumeration with using regulator tools. So I don't have much experience with it, but today, I recently started working on it. I got good results. So I will be implementing it in workflow with some, adding some customizations to that. And there are also a lot of tools you can, get subdomains from the GitHub as well, and from the GitLab or through the Google Docs.
Yeah.
Any questions? I hope we covered something today. Hello? Anyone? If you're not able to speak, just write it in the chat.
I do have a question about the subdomain enumeration. After you have all the lists, I think the last list we have for the subdomain enumeration was 703 now, right? How do you pass, or do you go through the list, the subdomain manually, or there's a tools you can pass all the subdomain to?
Which tool?
Like all the subdomain we have, like for example, we have 703 subdomains, right? Is there a way to pass all the subdomain to a list, to a tools, or you have to go through each subdomain manually?
No. There is a tool like recently mentioned, like HTTPX. You can use using HTTPX. Just Valorsplat, can you show the HTTPX tool? So we can, GitHub HTTPX. You can use this tool. Just open it.
Yes.
To pass all the subdomain URL, right?
Yeah, so we can pass this file. Okay, so you can use the HTTPS here. Maybe we can, if you want the content length of the website, you can use content length. If you want the status code, you can use SC. Then if you want the title of the web page, then we can use the title flag. So by enumerating all this information in using this command line, we don't need to open the website separately in the browser. Yeah, we can enumerate this information using this HTTPS tool, and we can take a look at the result. For example, if we run this tool, here you can see we'll be having the we can see the status codes, and we can see the content length, and we can see the title of the web page. If you see admin dashboard or something like juicy information here, by taking a look at the title, we can
access
open this.
something.
So we can open in the file browser, and we can check if there is any juicy or if there is any sensitive information. And
cool. Yeah, I get it. Cool.
Yeah,
Thanks,
so
man. I get it now.
Yeah. So in the content length
also,
so it will be helpful. For example, if you see
if you are getting large content,
length, then there is a good chance for the
Application,
application
yeah.
having a lot of functionality, right? So we can quickly take a look at the application and we can see what are the functionalities there, and we can deep dive into application methodology and we can look for the bugs manually. Yeah.
Yes, Mughal is asking something like, how do you filter out interesting subdomains when there are thousands of subdomains? So it's something like based on your experience, like if you are getting good experience with admin panels or the real applications or the main applications or any dev or staging based applications. Many ways. One from experience, I can know which subdomain is interesting. Yeah, list already in GF tool by visual and SSCAN. You can choose like that more ways. Yeah, it's depend upon your experience, I can say. Like you can use as many as tool in your workflow, but sometimes I will go with my predefined word list that I mostly observed subdomains where I found potential vulnerabilities and also the functionalities and features. Yeah, sure. Yep, I hope you got the idea, like how to do subdomain enumeration. Just feel free to ask the questions in the server as well if you have any doubt, and make sure you will be reading all of those guides from subdomain enumeration techniques, Patrick Hodak, and something other tools. So you will get to know like what will be the best output I can use in my workflow, and I can get the bugs. Please mention the Google tool name run DNS if you don't have VPS. It's not a Google tool. You can use Cloud Shell, Google Cloud Shell. If you just search for Google Cloud Shell, can you just open a browser? Yeah, Google Cloud Shell. If you search for it, you can register with your Gmail. You can access, and it has a 50 hours limit.
Yeah. So if you have the credit card, then you can go for maybe a free trial version. Maybe I think
Trial
Linode.
version, yes.
Yeah. So I think Linode is providing 2 months trial version.
Yeah. Yes. If you have something, credit card, something, you can try the Oracle Cloud as well. They're giving out a free VPS for the lifetime with ARM CPU, which has 24 GB. Linode.com, you can check Oracle Cloud free trial.
Yeah, thanks for the information.
Oracle Cloud free trial. Yeah. If you take a look at this free trial, they're giving out lifetime access to their cloud with ARM CPU. So you cannot install, you don't need to expect all tools will be working over there. Sometimes you need to do customization over there. But yeah, 30 days free trial is good, but you can see how it works. You can use free resources as long as you want with no time constraints. Scroll down a little bit. Free cloud services. If you see in the infrastructure, you can see like they're giving ARM based Ampere A1 cores, 24 GB memory usable, 24 GB of VPS you can use with 3000 CPU hours and 8000 GB hours per month output data, like the bandwidth. Yeah, that's it for today's session. Any doubts? Do you have any suggestions? What will be the next topic we have to cover on an upcoming week? Hello. Okay, let me figure it out then. I will ask questions in the server. Yeah, that's it, I think. Well, you can stop your screen share.
Yeah.
Okay, okay then. Okay, if you have any questions, just ping me in the Discord server. I will be answering over there. So that's it for today. Thank you for joining.
Yeah, thanks for the session, bro.
Yeah, no issues, no issues. If you have any doubts, just ask in the server.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Thank you for the session.
Mr. Root.
Yeah, thank you all for joining.